ELI5 Why do they measure movies by box office dollars and not ticket sales? I think fundamentally the answer boils down to the figure isn't designed to measure which movies were the most popular of all time and compare that across decades of movies. If you want to figure out which movies were objectively the most popular, then you want to look at the total number of tickets sold. Usually people care more about whether a movie's profitable, which can be assessed by comparing box office numbers to budgets. A movie ticket in Kansas is going to have a different price than California. Using dollars evens the playing field. For example, F movie made $2.60 million ticket sales in Kansas, and $5.90 million in California. Your argument on inflation rising and the value of the dollar doesn't really work for this case. If a movie was made in 2023, it's on the same scale of value as the ticket sales. It's quite simple. The box office measurements are intended for investors, not for the consumer. In theory, a consumer shouldn't care about how much movie A or B makes because that doesn't affect them, but for its investors the information is fundamental to gauge how much money they are making and how much money future investments might make. The simplest answer is that studio execs don't care about tickets, they care about dollars. The same way that they don't care how well liked a movie is. If there's no cash, there's no success. The only reason we get box office stats is because studios keep track. The reason we don't get ticket stats is because studios don't care. The studios care precisely about one thing, and that is turning a profit. A ticket at an IMAX in NYC is going to be worth a lot more than a ticket in a clapped-out flea pit in bumfuck Missouri. It's not an absolute measure. Obviously there is correlation, and marketing will be watching that, rather than corporate, because US box office doesn't publish tickets sold. This is the biggest box office market in the world, and without data it would be a meaningless metric. We can only use data we have access to. And investors care about money, not tickets. They don't care if you sold 3 tickets or 1 ticket for 3x the price. You also have to factor in individual ticket prices. A kids movie will make less money than a page 13 movie if they sell the same amount because kids tickets are cheaper. Or if a movie attracts a mostly older crowd, they'll pay matinee price or maybe even get a senior discount. It already is a thing for a politically motivated fringe movie in the US right now. There's a hard right-wing film that ends with the actors and crew telling the audience that they need to spread the word by buying tickets for their family members and friends. Most things are measured by dollar amounts instead of unit sales, because money is a normalizer. You will still see units handled processed, but everyone reports in money because everything you need to know is answered in terms of money. Ticket numbers are not a good indicator. It would be if prices were nominal or if studios got a flat fee per viewer. Instead, prices are high, and most of that goes to studios, so the dollar amount is a better indicator of interest in a movie. It doesn't really matter, they are both arbitrary numbers. The ticket price is affected by inflation. The ticket number is affected by population, and that number also rose dramatically in 40 years. Agree with UP? Isn't the number of the tickets sold the more objective, or absolute measure? And I suppose we can take it a bit further with percent population to gauge a movie's popularity, because evaluating movie performances in dollars cuts right to the chase. Why do theaters sell tickets at all? Ticket dollars. That is the unit of measurement used to evaluate success. How much does a movie ticket cost where you live? They can vary by $10 or more around the country. They are $18, $23 where I live. The studio cares how much money they brought in. At the end of the day, with Hollywood accounting, it doesn't matter what number they say. Ticket prices are different all over the place. I can go to one city and a matinee ticket is $3, or I can go downtown and it's $11. There are more people alive in 2023 than there were in 1983, so they'd still have to adjust the numbers for population growth. This could give a feature film with a ton of food and beverage product placement an edge over the competition. Inflation. The dollar's change in value from 1983 to 2023 is reflected in today's higher ticket price.